Oh, see, look, here it comes right into the station, and then it stops. Easily the #1 roller coaster in the park. I'm a full-grown man riding a musical carousel all by myself. This is great. Well, hello and welcome to Hello, I Am Clutch, where today's adventure takes us to Louisville, Kentucky to check out Kentucky Kingdom. Now, I'm really excited to take you along with me today because I've never been to this park in my life, and I understand that this has recently been acquired by the Hershey Company, which is the people who also own Dollywood, and I believe they've made a few adjustments here that make this park very cute, very adorable, and maybe a little bit Dollywood-like. So I'm excited to show you the whole park, go on a few roller coasters, show you the other rides they have, and just hopefully have a good time enjoying the kingdom of Kentucky. And we have made it inside, and as you can see, we got this wonderful little sign in the front, Kentucky Kingdom Theme and Water Park. It's technically two things, although I'm only here for the theme side of it. I'm not much of a water park person, so we're going to be exploring all of the theme park today. So, to show you what we will be exploring, we got this great little map over here that kind of gets you the lay of the land. Now, again, I'm kind of learning a little bit. I'm not going in fully blind, but I don't know deeply this park. I know it only has a few roller coasters, but it's, I think, cute from start to finish. And I know it also has some interesting thing about the structure of it, which you might see on the map here, but I'll point it out when we get there. But anyway, we have kind of the bottom portion up here, or bottom portion down here, where we got the Flying Fox, which is new for 2026. Probably going to start with that. And then I know we got a few other fun roller coasters down there. And then back over here, we have Wind Chaser and Woodland Run. And I'm excited because I know we have an RMC roller coaster, and those are always good. In the back left is the whole water park section. So we're, again, not really exploring too much of that today. But you can see I do love this Flying Fox new coaster. That's a great poster right there. But a lot of fun stuff. We're gonna go around. I've gotta say, the vibes in here, this feels small but cute. I really like that kind of vibe where it doesn't feel overwhelming coming into this place. So I do think we gotta start by going on the brand new for 2026 Flying Fox. As we head into this section here, you can see this greenness over here. Oh yeah, there it goes. That's the Flying Fox. Flying over me, just like a fox does. I try to say flying and fox at the same time. It's difficult. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Oh, yeah, it's a family style inverted coaster. I know, so I don't think it's like too intense, but I think it's a lot of fun. I just love these old timey signs here, these heart-pumping flights. Fly with the fox, carry on the tradition. This theming is adorable. It's got that kind of folksy vibe in the background with the music going on. Straight ahead, we do got Scoop's hand dip ice cream. And again, I think we have two roller coasters. I think the blue one in the back is Lightning Run. The green one's Flying Fox. Flying Fox is to the left. So we're gonna start by doing that. Because again, it's a new one, so I'm assuming this will be the longest line of the day, and I wanna, while I still have the stamina, wanna wait in the line here. Here's what the vehicle car looks like right there. And you can see the station being in that big, cute barn. Yeah, that's some fresh looking wood up there. Oh, and I like that they got the silo in the front that says Flying Fox on that. Looks like at the end, your photos will be over here. Yeah, I like this little bit of theming. This is pretty cute right here. So yeah, I think we're gonna get in line and wait for Flying Fox. The queue doesn't seem too bad to me. It's just in all of its, I guess, main queue parts. So help me remember to tell you exactly how long this queue takes. I will note that most of the queue is not shaded, so just keep that in mind. Finally made it into the barn after about 25 minutes in the line, which isn't the worst in the world. Not the best, but not the worst. It is only running on one train, although the way this is designed, and I'll show it as it comes in the station, I think it can only be one train because of how it comes in the station. Oh, see, look, here it comes right into the station, and then it stops. Woo, that's a lot of wind. Yeah, that's like almost halfway into the station once it actually stops.
Don't forget.
Ooh.
Make sure you're not leaning up against those gates. If that train stops, the ride will have to close down.
Oh my gosh, what does the Flying Fox say? He says, that was a lot more whippy than I thought it was going to be. I was in the very last row. The first drop, a lot more stomach drop feeling than I expected, but that was a lot of fun. That was really great. This style of coaster, like this kind of suspended style, this like family style, this was probably the most, I would say, like thrilling I've been on. It was relatively intense, not crazy, but like more than normal than what I would expect. So that was a lot of fun. There's one part at the end where you kind of go down into a trough that's just a neat little interactive feature that I really liked. But that was a great little coaster. As we make our way across this bridge to Lightning Run, you can actually see that element I was talking about where it goes under. Let me try to get it in the, like you can see how it goes, whoop, yeah, focus there. It goes under in there. And it's a fun near miss kind of element. But now that we've done the fun flying fox, we're gonna head over to, again, Lightning Run, which is back this way. Which also, just so you know, is not to be confused with Lightning Rod, because that would be a very different experience. Again, not a super big park, so yeah, you're just right after that bridge, you're right here, Lightning Run. There's the entrance. And I think we're gonna go take a ride on the run of lightning. Let's bring the thunder. While waiting in line here, I do like the way, oh, there goes the flying fox. I do like the way these two roller coasters kind of like set the scene over here. We got the bright green and the bright blue there, and then you got the Tin Lizzie, which we'll probably hit on that a little bit later when we need to calm down a bit. Made it to this point after about 20 minutes or so in line. I will say they are running only one train operation on this, and it's kind of a slow process. So even if the line looks slow, it's about one cycle every 5 minutes. So it's probably gonna be about a half an hour in total before I finally get on the ride here. But that's okay. Well, I gotta tell you, Lightning Run certainly brought the thunder to my legs. Oh my gosh. So, first of all, I was in the third row. The first drop is really fun. It was actually a little bit more intense than I expected. And the first few hills, good airtime. But then by about the third one, it starts to really press on your legs. It starts to really feel those forces because there's about 7 or 8, I think, little hills there. And after a while, it started every hill. I was like, oh, and so I would say, be prepared for that to be a little bit hard on the lower extremities of your body. But otherwise, it was a fun ride, but definitely a little tough on the legs. Like here's a good look at the car here, like, cause this comes down on your lap, these are on your legs, and so like when you go over the hills after a while, you start to become one with the train. But back into the park proper, we got the Bluegrass Bakery over here, fresh baked cinnamon bread. Ooh, cinnamon bread and cookies. Is it cinnamon bread kind of like Dollywood? I wonder. Then over here, we have this cute little car ride, Rowdy Racers for the kids over here. Because I don't think there's a specific kids area. I think the kids' rides are just peppered throughout the park, as it was. But it looks like over here we got a drink station on the left, which is pretty cute right there. And then it looks like we have, again, oh, yeah, maybe not so much a kids section, maybe it is a little bit of a kids section. You know what? We're gonna take a pause, and we're gonna look around this section. But quickly before all that, I did want to point out, I did go inside there to verify. It did seem like it is pretty similar to the Dollywood and Silver Dollar City cinnamon bread. I didn't really feel comfortable filming inside because there was almost nobody in there, and there's 3 people at the counter just looking at me, and that was too awkward. But yes, now let's do a quick tour around the kids section here because it does seem like there's a lot of good kids rides, and I know a lot of families want to know what is everything available. So you can see we got a kiddie swing here, over there. Different kind of kiddie swing, more of like a pendulum kind of ride over there. Over here we have these monster trucks, these Bigfoot trucks. That's awesome. Wow, that is actually fantastic for kids. I think that's amazing. Usually they're like low to the ground trucks, not these monster truck things over here. And then over here, let's see, we have the helicopter ride, it looks like, that you can, like the circly helicopters. And then over here, we have these circly frog hoppers. I do know that, I mean, it just goes with the territory. A lot of kids' rides tend to be circly, but then how cute can you make it is really the question. And then across the way over there, we do have a teacup kind of ride, as you can see over there. And I like that it is traditionally teacup with a teapot and literal teacups. And then purposely, I'm gonna wait to show something last a little bit to my right. There's something over here I do want to show. Over here, we have a balloon ride. I guess it's not exactly kiddie. This seems a little bit like bigger kid, but it's more dirigible, actually. I love that. This is called the Zeppelin. So I like that. Usually I feel like it's a hot air balloon, but here you got the Zeppelin. But then behind me, there's one special thing I really got to show you. I think this might be close to the greatest. I say this a lot. I think this might be one of the greatest carousels I've ever seen in my life. You might see it in the distance already. It's a carousel where instead of horses, instead of animals, it's a bunch of instruments. Look at this. You got cellos, you got French horns, you got tubas, you got drums. This might be the best. This might be the best. I'm sorry. This is incredible. There should be more carousels that have unique random theming like this. Okay, we're going on it. I'm gonna ride the French horn. This is gonna be amazing. Let's go. Oh, okay. Here we go. I'm the only one on this thing. Let's see if I'm assuming it'll make some music. We'll see. Woo! Here we go. Oh, kind of bounces. Whee! You can see me in the mirror. Hello. I look ridiculous right now. I'm a full-grown man riding a musical carousel all by myself. This is great. It's not playing any special music or anything, but just the fact that it is this musical carousel, though, is just fantastic. But then back across the way from that whole kids section, we do have the Tin Lizzies. We got the antique cars, which this is the second time I've seen it called Tin Lizzies. I didn't know that phrasing before I started going to amusement parks where they had it phrased this way. So I think we're gonna head on this thing and have a good ride chauffeuring myself. What's funny is I happen to be here on a day where there's like a big old antique car show thing going on in the parking lot, and getting parking was a bit more complicated than normal. And so like, I'm kind of mad at antique cars right now for making my morning a little rough. I just have to note that that very short line took almost 15 minutes because the loading process for this Tin Lizzie is about the slowest I've ever seen. And here we go on the Tin Lizzie. This is the wildest ride under this random tunnel. I know, this is what I joke about all the time, but this is why you come to Hello, I'm Clutch. These are the point of views you are looking for, I know it. This is fun. This one, it's interesting. The wheel's on the right side, which probably means this was made in Australia. Luckily for me, I've been there, so I know how this all works. Woo! This actually moves pretty fast, and the wheel really does respond to you. I feel like some Tin Lizzies you go on, some antique cars you go on, doesn't respond as well, but I really enjoy. There's not much like in the way of theming around, but I like that you go under the bridge here. This is the bridge to the lightning rod, as they had it earlier. This is really fun. I enjoy this. I just love taking you along with me on the Tin Lizzie, as it's always a wild time. I kind of feel like it's the railed version of going on Mr. Toad's Wild Ride is kind of what it feels like. Oh, look at all this. We got all these other Tin Lizzies behind here. You could have a lot more going at once. Yeah, I think they only have 3 cars going around. And then it's a fun ride. I do like the interactiveness of the environment. Again, not too much in the way of theming, but I'm gonna keep this going because we got a couple more bridges to hang out under. It's kind of like a tunnel. Not really a tunnel, but kind of. Like, you could put some little theming here. Again, I said in another video, but like over Texas, Six Flags over Texas, their antique cars had dinosaurs around. Put dinosaurs on your antique car rides. That's what makes it. That's what can really make it the best there is. But now that we're done with the Tin Lizzies, we're actually at a bit of a crossroad. So here's where actually the park gets interesting. If you saw on the map, remember it's kind of like separated by a street in the middle. So one of 2 ways you can get across is by taking this walkway over the top. But I'm gonna go to the other one because I find that just a smidge more interesting. But before we do get to that, we actually still kind of have to walk back through the kids area to the front because there's a few more rides to see before we cross the road. So looking back towards the Zeppelin ride, this way would go back to the front of the park, but this way we have, first of all, a bunch of midway games, but then there's the bumper cars. Bumper cars are hiding over here to the right. And then we got another ride coming up to the right as well. We have the Himalaya ride, which this is interesting to me because I feel like most Himalaya rides I see are completely covered. Like within like a domicile of sorts, where like at least the back half, like the whole thing's under a roof usually, but then the back half's like in a hallway, where this is kind of out in the open. I think that's kind of interesting there. Then across over here, I guess you have a freestyle bike battle show that I just missed because I'm here after July 2nd through August 2nd, so I think right now there is, unfortunately, no shows for me to see at the Kentucky Kingdom. And then in the background there, you can see we got the Scream Extreme. But for Clutch, that's a nope, I'm not a dope. But then just to the left of that snow ride, we do have, looks like it says Twister, looks like signature giant pretzels, and then also we got a more traditional balloon ride over there. Then you got this huge theater-looking building here, which looks like it's just a gift shop. And again, this is my first time ever being here. So if you know what used to be in here, I'd love to know in the comments, because like this looks like it used to be something a lot of fun. It looks like it could have been a flying theater or just a regular theater. But yeah, if you know what used to be here, let me know. Let me know in the comments section. But continuing past that theater gift shop place, this is what's interesting to me. Like I said, you can take a bridge to cross, but here you can actually walk across a street. So like there's just a regular old straight out street hanging out in the middle of this amusement park. And to get across it, you actually have to, like they have crossing guards and everything. And I just find that a very interesting quirk of a theme park. But now that we've crossed into the second half of Kentucky Kingdom, look at this cute sign for Discovery Meadow. I believe this is some new theming along with the Flying Fox stuff that they have this year, where like this is what I saw online that made me think, oh, this kind of feels Dollywood-ish over here. So look at this, it got Scout Squirrel Race. I had to think about it before I said it all. Like there's another little kid ride that's all bouncy and bouncy, but I just love it. It just, there's a fun, cute vibe here. And then back there is I think more of the family style roller coaster that's like little skates and stuff. I think I might take a pass on that for now. Just let's see what's called Holly Hawk and Roll. Okay, I don't exactly understand how that all works, Holly Hawk and Roll, but there you go. I do think that the vehicle is super cute there though. But then we had that fun like cute musical carousel, but as you can see here we have a humongous regular sized carousel. And this feels huge. This building is fantastic. And like it's very dark. It's kind of moody, this one. Like look at this carousel. This is interesting. Like it feels like they might have painted over stuff is what it feels like there. But like these look like very old wooden animals. Like this is pretty awesome. Like these feel like a lot of these animals feel a little smaller than normal, which I find interesting. And like it's very like it feels very old-timey in a way that I feel like I haven't seen most carousels look. Usually, oh, there's even like an old hippocampus in the back there. And so this is Menagerie Carousel, which means it's more than just horses. But like this is a heck of a chariot. And like I've never seen a carousel with like these bars like this on here. This is interesting. This is interesting. I think we're gonna go for a ride. Now they did say when they announced this one to start that you need to keep your cameras and cell phones inside at all time and not take them out. So unfortunately, not going to get a POV of me on the carousel. You understand what it's like. So here's an off-ride shot, so you can see all of what it looks like, how that thing spins right there. There's a rooster, there's a bear, again, hippocampus in the back there. It looks like llamas. A lot of cool little animals here. This is a cool old-looking carousel. Oh, we can't film riding it. We can't film it as we get on it. I just want to point this guy out because it's kind of like a bear more than a horse at the front. So like, it feels not as hippocampus-y. Is it a different animal when it's not a bear? Or, I mean, I don't know. Anyway, just want to look at these guys. We got like this bear, regular bear here. We got a unicorn. We got lots of cool stuff. I do think, yes, I think we got to ride the unicorn. Oh, but I did want to point out they have a big old organ back here. It says Stinson Organ Company. I'm not sure if it actually plays or not, but it's there and I love it. It's looking, again, very old-timey, very awesome. That was a nice little carousel ride. The organ was not working, but just for the record, it is called the Garden Carousel. So just wanted to let you know what we got there. Then let's see what back here. Back here it looks like we have Treetop Drop. Look at that guy up there. Oh my gooseness, oh my gooseness. And then back that way is all the water park stuff. But I think weirdly enough, I've never seen this before. I think you have to walk through the water park to get to some of the rides. I think I'm going to save those for the end because I want to go deeper this way for now. Where over there we got Bloom's Barbecue and Grill. And then over here to the right we got Spring Fling, which is actually a really, really cute ride. I want to make sure you see this because it's just too adorable not to point out. So it's like a swing ride, but the vehicles are like cute little clogs. Like, look at this thing. Like, I'm gonna just like stand up here so you can see it. Ooh, whoop, getting my balance. Check that out. Those are absolutely adorable. So this big old wooden roller coaster up here looks like this is Woodland Run. And I think there's more stuff to go back that way, but I want to go follow signs that say to Woodland Run this way. I think there's also a way you can get to Hurricane Bay, the Skycatcher ride, and I guess a special events area. I thought it was going to be a third ride, but that was not as exciting for you to say that. Oh yeah, look, there it goes. That's pretty cool. Oh, this is interesting. So yeah, you come right under the middle here, and then the entrance is right there. Look at that sign. That's a great sign. Then you just come here, and yeah, I've never seen an entrance to a roller coaster be like squeezed in parts of the tracks like this before. I feel like I've gone under parts, but not really like squeezed in like this. That's really kind of neat. In the queue area, you have a nice little babbling brook here who will not be quiet. See, this is more what I'm thinking. When I'm in rides for wooden roller coasters, I feel like this is kind of how you get into it sometimes, where you're kind of under the station, under the wood. I like this. I like when you can kind of double the station as shade. Oh yeah, this is what I'm talking about. Literally no wait at all. This is fantastic. Oh my gosh. I've been waiting all day. Oh, look at that wacky shack over there. That's so wacky and so shacky. Anyway, I'm excited to get on this. Oh wow. Oh wow. That was an interesting one. So the seats are definitely a little bit older. I feel like this apparently was built in 1990, and the trains, the seats are very tight, so I gotta say that. But it was really fun. First drop, great, and the first few turns were really good. Like you kind of go out and then back, and then you turn around and go back, and so you kind of do like back and forth a couple times, which I kind of like, versus like one big out, one big back. And so that was kind of fun, because at the very end, you kind of like shoot between like the stanchions. It's kind of like when you started the ride, when we just walked into the line, the train car goes through it as well. But yeah, some of it, the very last turn got a little rattly and a little bit rough, but otherwise it was a lot of fun. And it actually feels like a pretty good long ride. So I gotta say, thumbs up, but just know it is a little tight. So from Woodland Run here, you can go this way to get to basically the water park and a few rides. Again, one of the roller coasters is like way over there, the Kentucky Flyer. But I think I first want to go back this way into the park and to the back, because I think probably what I'm going to assume is going to be my number one roller coaster is hiding in the back this way. Oh, hold on a sec. Let's see if we can catch the chute. The chute, do the big kaboom. Oh, oh yeah, that's a big splash. I just caught it the last second there. There's even a shield thing. You can see there's a shield thing for people who like want to see the splash, but don't want to fully get the splash. I'm not going to risk the splash. And for the record, that is called Mile High Falls. That doesn't look quite a mile. It looks maybe a couple hundred feet, not even. But it's still a good fall over there. Then across the way here, we have a breakdance ride. Oh my gosh, I got to be careful with breakdance rides because I think they're very fun. But they make me a little nauseous, and I'm not one who gets nauseous often. And this is called the Speed Spinner. That's a fun one over there. And then here is the one train ride at the park. Not a full one, more of a kiddie one. It's the Cumberland Express. So something I'm realizing, A, a lot of cute signage with all these rides here that I think is great. But B, this is definitely a very family-friendly park. There's a lot of family kiddie rides. You got your big roller coasters, but it seems like it's very much geared towards families with the water park and all that good stuff. Let's see if I can get a shot of this train coming at some point. I just caught the end of it, but it'll be back at some point, I promise. Here you go, there's that cute train. This is pretty adorable here. It's all bright and orange and green and such, and looks like the conductor's in like the second car there. That's pretty fascinating that they have to do it that way. But it looks like adults can go on it, but I'm without children right now, so I would feel just a little too awkward. Sorry, going back to this for a second. I think I called it the Speed Spinner. It is the Seed Spinner, to go back with the vibe of this. But just so you can see how a breakdance works, because if you don't know what a breakdance is, to me it's kind of like a tilt-a-whirl combined with a whip, and it all spins. It's kind of ridiculous here, so like, watch this. Just watch how this goes. Like, it can be really fun, especially if like they put this inside of a building with like neon lights and like pumping music and everything. But the way this moves, if you are even slightly prone to nausea, this is not the ride for you. See? Because you do not control it. You just spin and you whip and you nay. Going farther though to the back, we got Nature's Bounty, your swinging ship ride over here. And then to the left, this is Redbird Racer, cute ride over there for the kids. It just swings around. It's kind of like a whip, but hanging, which I think is kind of cool. Here we got Happy Hollow, which I think is just kind of random play area. I think you just run around, sit in the shade in the Adirondacks over there. Then we got some woodland snacks, so if you need some snacks, they do have them way in the back over here. But continuing on, there's actually a lot of fun little rides hiding in the back over here. We also have the Dragonfly Drop. Again, a lot of kid rides, I'm realizing. A lot of kid rides. Dragonfly Drop looks like it's your frog hopper, but it has a cute little theme thing going for it. I love how much they themed all these kids rides, though. I think that's really great. But then to the left over here, we got Meadow Merchants. It looks like that's closed right now. Maybe would be a store of sorts. But then here we can see Rails. This is the one that I am most excited about because this is from the company RMC, Rocky Mountain Construction, and they make some of my favorite roller coasters that I have ever been on. This is called Wind Chaser, and I am super, super excited to get on this one because, again, Rocky Mountain Construction makes some great rides. Before that, though, they do have the Honeybee Buzzers over here, which is this like little flyer ride over here, and I like that they have a little bit of bee theming going on. Let it be sweet as honey. But like, just this ride is usually pretty plain, but when you had the bees, it makes it adorable. But now that I've gotten all that out of the way, you can see this is a fun one. This is a twisted colossus of a ride. Doesn't go that high, which none of the roller coasters here do, but this one looks like it's gonna be a lot of fun. So let's go ahead and get on Wind Chaser. Oh, there it goes, there it goes. Oh no, it's gone, but look at this, no line. No line at all for Wind Chaser. That's incredible. Oh my gosh. This is gonna be so great. Like the idea of having to not wait for a line is always so much better than having to wait for a line. And so I'm so excited to get on this. Augustus, Augustus. After 2 rides on Wind Chaser, formerly known as Storm Chaser, easily the #1 roller coaster in the park. That is great. That's another great RMC. I am biased. I like every RMC I've ever been on, but this one was really fun. I think it's impressive that it's not that high and that it does so much fun stuff. I think it technically only has 2 inversions, but you go sideways, you move a lot. You go definitely most of the way upside down once. That is almost one of my favorite parts where like you almost go all the way upside down, but that first drop where you spin upside down to do it is just awesome. Like that is fun. I will say there are some bunny hills near the end where you're going up and curved and up and curved, and that kind of pulls on the leg area a little bit. So just be cautious of that by that point. But otherwise, great ride. The second full inversion is a very smooth inversion, and it is wonderful. Love this one. That inversion, that one right there. When you go down this and then you go that inversion, smooth as butter. So back at the front of that Discovery Meadow area, you got some clock tower treats over here, but what more importantly is this away is the other way to get to the other roller coaster and a few other rides. Now, I don't know if this goes around the water park or goes through the water park, but it definitely goes past the water park in some capacity. So we're gonna discover this together. But as we're walking along, I got this other place. It looks like Swamp Water Jack's. Now serving burgers, fries, chicken tenders, and grilled chicken. Ice cold beer perhaps, and it does say it's air conditioned in there. So actually I think Clutch might enjoy some of the air conditioning. Also, just curious to see what it looks like on the inside. Oh, this is fun. It's definitely got some alligator bayou theming over here. Welcome to Swamp Water Jack's. You got like entrees about $17 or so. 15 to $17 for your entrees, it looks like up there. And yeah, just fun little theming over here. It is definitely nice and cool in here, and there is some draft beer at the back. It's the only place I've actually seen beer so far, or adult beverages. Not that it matters that much, but just wanted to point that out. Yeah, but this is lovely. So after a nice little refresh inside there, it looks like you can go up way over there into Hurricane Bay, or come around this way and come down near the Ferris wheel. Also above me here is that other path you can use to get across the street that I think lets out somewhere in the Hurricane Bay area. But I was more just curious to see exactly where this would take us. And it looks like if you take this path in the back here, it'll take you right to the bottom of the Ferris wheel. And unfortunately for Clutch, There are no single riders allowed on the Ferris wheel based on what I saw on their website. And so I don't think I'm going to be able to ride this today, unfortunately, since I am here all by my lonesome. And just for the record, if you did take that path from across the street there, it looks like you can get possibly down over there, or it'll come right here, again, to this giant wheel. That is actually quite a big wheel. And for posterity, there's a big old look at the water park part of the park. There are a bunch of water slides, other things. It does seem like it's completely included in your regular ticket, which to me somewhat explains the price of entry, because the price of entry for just the theme park alone seems to me a little bit steep, but when you add in the water park, I think it makes a lot more sense. So continuing all the way past Hurricane Bay, lots of Hurricane Bay stuff here, some food and, towels and sunscreen and things like that. Then the beach club's over here. But this is how we get to the final 2 rides of the park. So I think I kind of mentioned earlier, I think this is incredibly interesting. You kind of have to go past or through the water park to get to the 2 rides. I feel like usually at amusement parks here, the water park and the amusement/theme park are usually quite separate. Where here, you kind of do have to go past that water park to get to the Skycatcher, the Starflyer up there, which is a nope for Clutch. But then we also got the Kentucky Flyer, which is that other wooden roller coaster in the back over there. That is a yup for Clutch. You just keep following signs to the Kentucky Flyer. It is way, way in the back here. I think this is why this ride tends to not have as long of a wait, because you really have to go quite far back to get to it. And it's really tucked away in the corner here. This is actually a relatively new wooden roller coaster. I think they built this in 2019. Unfortunately, as I approached it, they said they were closed for the time being. So not sure how long this is gonna be. But at least if I wait, there's no line. And I ain't got anywhere else to be. Also, just for the record, as you can kind of see in the station here, this is technically a hybrid roller coaster, not just a straight wood roller coaster. Not sure we're gonna get on this today, but at least we can look at the front of the car here, which has one of the coolest fronts to a train car on a roller coaster I feel like I've ever seen. Well, they're testing. That has to be a good sign, right? Right? Well, after only about 20 minutes of it being down, it came right back up and we got on the Kentucky Flyer. That was a lot of fun. Very interesting restraint system. It kind of like shells you in, but if you're a little bit bigger like me, it didn't fully shell in, but it was still very comfortable and secure. But that was short but fun. A lot of airtime moments, a lot of bunny hills, and it kind of crisscrossed. It kind of really just an out and back, but a lot of fun bunny hills. And that was, ooh, it was fun. I was in the front. I like seeing the track as it was going. And I gotta say, again, just short, but fun. And then just for funsies, as we exit from the park here, I'm gonna go over this bridge to check out the views. And here are the views. View 1, view 2, and view 2.5. And Kentucky Kingdom is Kentucky King done. What a cute little park. This was adorable. I like these kind of parks that aren't like overwhelming, where like I was able to do pretty much all the major roller coasters, knock out everything I wanted to do in about 4 hours. And that was with a little bit of the waits and that one roller coaster having a bit of downtime. But I like this place. I think it's cute. It feels like it's up and coming is what it kind of feels like. Where all that, like, not Wildwood, it's like Wildwood Grove. The Discovery Meadow is very cute. I think that well, the roller coasters were fun. Good variety. I was gonna say, the newest one, the Flying Fox, was, I think, a great addition. I just feel like it needs a little bit more oomph, a little bit more panache, a little bit more ganache to really get over the edge here. But I did have a good time going around. And I do think that because of the price of the theme park combined with the water park, that makes it worth it. But I kind of said, like, buying tickets in advance was like $45. If you get it at the gate, apparently it could be up to like $70, which seems really steep to me for this kind of a park. But I do think what they have here is nice, and I hope to see this place thrive and keep doing better and better as it comes along. And I'm happy to have been able to visit here today. If you had a good time visiting with me today, hitting like on the video down below lets me know you had a good time and really helps me out. And if you want to consider subscribing, that is the best way to be notified when I have new videos on the channel. But if you did want to go on a new adventure with me right now, I have plenty of fun theme parks on the channel. I got this one here, I got this one here. I also have an entire playlist if you want to choose your own right there. A lot of fun ones, some big, some small, and they are all a lot of fun. So hopefully I will see you in one of those in the near future. But until then, I'll just say goodbye. I am still Clutch.